I'm sorry?
I hope you, as the experts, lead the way today, and I'm learning from you guys.
I will do our best.
Well, we want to learn a little bit about your blockchain as well, no?
Yes, we
Regards of
actually have an
NFTs.
NFT project on our chain as well. Like we internally develop Velonians, so it will be a similar game to CryptoKitties,
Oh,
but
okay.
with special characters like CryptoPunk style characters.
Oh, that
Kalani
sounds
can
good.
tell more about it. Kalani, do you want to tell about Velonians? Kalani?
But you already did
Yeah.
a
Hey
project.
guys, how's it going?
Hi.
Hello.
How's everyone doing today?
Good.
Very
Good.
well.
Yeah. So yeah, in case you guys don't know me, I'm the marketing director for Velas, and happy to be here with everyone. Yeah. So we basically what we did is we had like one of the top crypto artists make us like a complete race of, we call them Velonians, and there's three different types. There's synths, there's like androids, and there's humanoids, and then all their clothes are interchangeable, and we're going to start implementing that into a lot of different things moving forward as we start releasing more products. So we're really excited about that. I should have some shots to show people pretty soon.
When is it going to be live? I'm excited, no?
Yeah, it's cool.
Me too.
So we have all the designs ready, right? So like one of the things we wanted to do is we wanted to make it really unique and kind of just really fit our branding. If anyone's seen our branding, it's very cyberpunk, kind of futurist style. So we wanted to have something unique in a space that where like, because anyone can go and make an NFT, right? They can just go mint an NFT, but I think when you attach some really nice art to it, it's better for people at first glance, and when they first come to see it, and then also it kind of shows that you put in the extra effort to make something really cool, you know. So that's yeah, it probably in the next like couple months we'll probably have it out.
Okay, please
So,
update us, Shirley.
definitely.
As soon as you know, let me know. I'm in.
Actually, people can
We also-
vote on the priority because we have like a couple of products that are coming after Bit, but people can go on velas.com and they can vote which product they would like to see first among Velonians, V-Gallery, and Velasphere. So we let the community decide what should we work on the quickest.
And the Velonians are created by one artist, or?
Yeah, so he's his name's Diego Rodriguez, and he actually did, I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with I forget the name. It's like let me find the name. Her name's Coin. She does, I gotta find the name of it. He did like all the artwork for this one. It's like a blockchain game. It's one of the top blockchain games. So he did all the artwork for this company, and we were like, whoa, we really like your stuff. And we brought him on, and he did like a whole like 3 separate races for us. So it's really it's cool. And his stuff is top quality. I wish I could post a picture in here. I'd show you guys something, but we're on Clubhouse, so it's only
Maybe
voice.
you can post a picture on LinkedIn, you know, to start advertising. Say, hey guys, something is coming up soon.
Sneak
Yeah,
peek.
I think so. Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely do that.
I'm happy
You know
to
what?
share it.
A teaser,
That would be
you know?
amazing.
A little teaser.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to invite Benjamin. He's also part of the Velas team, but he is like one of the craziest NFT advocates that I've ever met.
Great.
So if
Let's
you want to
invite
come
him.
join yeah, Ben, want to hop in? He's right there. He popped in as soon as I just so we can kind of have a full room. Can you add him as a speaker?
Yeah, I invited him.
Okay, cool.
Benjamin, you should accept the invitation.
Yeah, he'll pop in.
Okay. So
okay.
Let's do a formal start.
Yeah.
To those people who are not aware of our weekly digest, then welcome. And I am Sirli Valge. I'm the COO at Velas, and Velas is the world's first artificial intuition empowered blockchain and an ecosystem of decentralized products And on behalf of our team, welcome to the Velas Weekly Blockchain Digest. So actually our internal analytics team was creating this digest only for internal usage for the team past 7 months, but now we decided to share it. So every week there is a new digest up on velas.com/digest. And as always, I'm joined by my co-host Delphine Forma, who is Chief Compliance Officer at DAL, a board member of the Open WASP Association, and a prominent voice in the global blockchain ecosystem. Thank you for joining, Delphine.
Thank you, Shirley. So tonight, as I announced before, we're focusing on the non-fungible token trend, which is taking the industry by storm. And as some of you know, I'm absolutely passionate about that topic. So I'm super happy we're finally doing an episode on that. So for the little history, in 2018, for Ethereum developers author the ERC 721 token standard, more commonly known as NFT. So NFTs are probably scarce digital items, whether that be digital collectible, tickets to an event, in-game items, or music, or even video snapshots. And the last most famous part, I think, was a digital art from Beeple that is now selling from 6.6 million. So today we have a special guest.
Yes.
Georg is here with us, which is really cool. We are very excited about that.
Thank you very much that you invited me.
Of course, thank you for joining. So Georg is an art advisor who specializes in crypto and blockchain art, NFTs, digital art, generative art, and vintage computer art from the 60s era. So George, welcome. It would be nice if you can tell us a little bit more about yourself. I've heard that you have been involved with the exhibition of the CryptoPunk in Zurich in 2018. So please give us some more background about yourself.
Okay, well, thank you first for inviting me. Well, I'm coming actually from an art background. I've been in the art business for like 15 years and discovered, this whole blockchain crypto valley movement here in Zug, which was very, very fascinating for me. And I met a lot of very creative people, and I realized that there's a more creative impulse happening in this digital tech space than actually in the former art world that I was coming from. And I always had a great interest in digital art. And I was previously running a gallery where we showed some early computer artists from the 60s. We specialized on generative photography and did a few shows on digital art. And then I suddenly discovered this amazing medium blockchain for art, where some of the artists have shown like very revolutionary artworks, which opened up my eyes for something new. And yes, I mean, you mentioned that that I presented the CryptoPunks. That's actually two artists or programmers, Matt Hall and John Watkinson. And we even invited John Watkinson to Zug. So we had a little presentation at one of the events here in the Crypto Valley. And then like 1 week later, I think we had the opening of the exhibition of the CryptoPunks, which was quite a nice success at that time. We presented 9 artworks by them, and we sold all of the 9. And I think those people who bought one, they were quite lucky, because nobody would have thought that these artworks would become so expensive in such a short time.
Yes.
So
So this was my first experience when Georg introduced me to CryptoPunks, and like I'm so I'm so disappointed in myself that I didn't listen to his advice back then and got one to myself when I had the chance at these low prices back then, because like right now they're trading at 1 million even.
yeah, probably. I don't know how much these. We actually presented like a hybrid form of CryptoPunks. They were physical prints, and they well, together with the print, there was also an envelope which was sealed, and in the envelope there was the private key which gave access to the digital CryptoPunk, the digital twin. So now what we've seen so far are sales of digital CryptoPunks on different platforms. But I don't know how much such a physical work would cost nowadays. So far, I don't think there was any such artwork sold, but we'll see.
Yeah, and on my side, I'm so disappointed because I remember, Charlie, you told me about this exhibition. I was like, oh, it's Zurich, it's too far, I can't be bothered to go. So I also missed out big time, right? So
Yeah. But after
okay.
that, it kind of disappeared from the. It wasn't so popular anymore in between.
No, I think like from the last past, like in 18, 19, 18, 19, 20,
It,
no one
this
will.
was back in 2018, I think.
Yeah. So,
Yes, actually, I have to say that there were also some other very interesting artists in the show, and I mean they're probably not yet so well known because at the moment there is a hype of and there's a few artists which are very successful, like people that you mentioned before, or Ferocious, this 18-year-old guy who just sold like 600 sneakers in 7 minutes, which were kind of made with his artworks, and I mean he just sold I think he made like 3 million within 7 minutes. This was quite amazing. I mean, you wouldn't see that in the art market, like in the traditional art market. It's always so difficult to sell an artwork. It takes so much time and to arrange everything, the transport, invoice, etc. And now in the NFT market, we have this amazing liquidity and artists who, yeah, I mean, who were totally unknown. They just suddenly become like superstars. Very often,
Yeah,
because they have a lot of followers as well on.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but did you guys see what happened with Blau when he did the NFTs for his album just recently? The DJ,
Yes,
he
I
raised
was
like
like,
$11 million on his album.
yeah,
oh yeah,
That's
yeah. I've seen that too. I think it was in the
yeah,
news like this week. I was like, oh my God, this is cool.
yeah.
Maybe I
I've
should change
followed
my
him.
job.
Yeah, I've followed him for a long time, and that's just mind blowing that he was able to generate that type of revenue and people. The thing that I think is really amazing about NFTs is people are finding like multiple forms of value within it. Like what in the past, like an artist would release an album and then there'd just be his music, and then he would make his money off his streams or his downloads, right? But now
Yeah.
there's multiple roads that they can kind of that they can basically give to their fans and the people that follow them, and it just opens up so many doors. I mean, it's really exciting time for the
Yeah,
space, really.
and recently I think like there was an artist that I think it was Canadian artist that is also had to give some things to his fan. He's doing NFTs of like a concert ticket with some special seat in front rows and things like that. So I think it's quite a cool way, and also everything relating to the royalties, right? I mean, like an artist sell his work, meaning music or art, then each time the artwork is reselled, you can have a smart contract, and then the artist will get a return and get the royalties on it. So I think it's very interesting, and it might also change, the way the music industry is working.
I think the artists are profiting a lot from this movement. I mean, a lot of the visual artists are not so dependent on galleries anymore, so they can escape this old system, and they have a much larger cut in the sales.
Yeah.
At least so far, the platforms are not charging that much, and there's so much more liquidity, and there's also a few very interesting projects, like for example this Pizza DAO project, which is kind of like the largest pizza party in the world. So they're gonna launch 10,000 artworks, which are like a collaborative art, made by about 300 artists, and they generate, they create, each artist is creating a topping, and then they generate these pizzas, and they, all the revenues will be actually used for a good, for the good reason, because they're gonna give away some free pizzas. So there will be a lot of pizza parties around the world, and I'm just about to talk to some people to also have a pizza party in our hometown in Zug. So
Yay! That sounds
Shirley,
great.
I mean,
Amazing.
you could be happy or
I
looking
am
forward
up
to it.
for it. I am up for it.
But I mean, this is so fascinating, how you can create an artwork where so many people are participating. And also they created like a social token. So those people who help building this project, they get this social token as a reward. And with the social token, you can get like a T-shirt or something. I mean, this is such a fascinating system, which you can build up, and how you can create a large artwork. And as a art historian, I look back to artists like Joseph Beuys, who were doing artworks within a large community, and they were trying to change society with art. So I think these kind of artworks are very, very similar to artists like Joseph Beuys in the 60s, 70s.
Yes, indeed, and like this, I mean, I think it's fascinating. So it is. There's so many things going on right now. Okay, so maybe we should start, because we're talking about it. We're both passionate about all these topics. But let's get back a little bit on Bitcoin blockchain, and then we come back to the NFT later.
Yeah, so every week we have started with the Bitcoin news. It has shifted somehow, and let's just quickly jump on the Bitcoin talk.
Yeah, let's get that out of the way, right? So this week, last week we saw the Bitcoin price. First last week it get quite down, right, and then it recovered a little bit, and we are hearing more voices saying that 100K per Bitcoin is going to be possible by the end of the year. Others are speculating that it might get to 1 million. So what do you guys think about that? Shirley, you want to start?
Oh yeah. Well, I think we are seeing more signs that Bitcoin is about to replace gold as an asset class. And market cap of gold today is around $10 trillion. So the supply of gold is not limited, whereas Bitcoin supply is limited to 21 million. So if we do a simple math, then if Bitcoin was to substitute gold at some point, it would need to be worth more than 500,000 per Bitcoin. If you divide 10 trillion with 21 million limited supply, then it gives us 500,000. So this is an easy math showing what the Bitcoin value could be eventually.
So it would be very nice. George, what do you think about that?
Well, that's very interesting to hear. I'm not sure. I was always questioning what is going to happen if, let's say, the stock market crashes. Is because if I listen to Shirley, then this would mean that everybody would try to save their money probably in Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin price would go up. But I have the feeling that this wouldn't happen. I think it would affect the Bitcoin price as well if the stock market would go down. But I might be wrong. I mean, I heard also, I was just reading, I think Philip Sandner from the Frankfurt blockchain university. He was predicting that it's probably going to go up to 200,000 within the next maybe 2 years. It's quite optimistic. I don't know.
I mean, it's actually trending the same way. So if you look at the metrics from 2017 bull run, which was a lot of it was retail FOMO. If you look at that, and then you comparatively you were to look at how we are as far, let's say we're, I don't know, a third of the way or like halfway in the bull run. We're right on track to being somewhere. And if you also look at the stock to flow model, I don't know if you guys look at that. That all those indicators point to the same thing. So the metrics are there for it to do it. My only thing that I would think about is there's so many. I mean, there's like a kind of like a mental barrier. Like when Bitcoin hits 100K, I think a lot of people are going to be ready to dump their bags, honestly, because that's probably what they're holding out for. But I mean, you have like these metrics and you have these numbers and you have these things that are supposed to happen, but then you also have human decision, right? That can affect it. So I don't know. I think that we're definitely going towards 100K. 200K is optimistic, but I definitely think at some point this year we will pass 100K. That's my prediction.
Yes, let's see. I mean, I think it's an interesting topic. I don't think anyone can really predict, what's going to happen. But I have a tendency to agree with you. So I think we should follow up on that. So anyone in the audience has a take on that? I want to, give his opinion.
Yeah.
I actually, I'm sorry, Shirley.
Oh, both of you. Woohoo.
No, I just wanted to encourage audience to speak. If you want to have some thought to share, then then raise your hand. We have Tawi.
We're going to 2.5 million this year, guaranteed.
Okay, I hope so.
We got nothing to worry about, guys. Trust me. We are going to 2 million package bags.
Yen or dollar?
We're gonna record this.
Yeah, don't worry. Mark my words, guys. But I personally think I'm gonna go with $150,000. I think around October 23rd. I'm going with that.
That's very precise.
Yeah. I know my stuff.
Okay, let's record that. When he's coming, we say, "My God."
To touch on some of the NFT stuff, man, the Velonians, I think that could explode, and I could really bring so many eyes to Velas, because I've been watching it. I've just kind of like recently gotten into the NFT space, actually because of Benjamin. He got me into an NFT, and I had absolutely no idea anything about it, and I just blindly jumped into it and threw money at it, and it actually like exploded. It had a good little pump. And I started looking at it, and then you start really thinking about all the possibilities with it, right? And, I've done music for a long time. Obviously, the music industry is going to start flowing into it now. Ever since they saw Blau make $11 million, I'm pretty sure almost every DJ in the world right now is copying him and getting ready to do, NFT-style music releases. So I think, like, launching the Velonian thing could be, like, a huge, huge boost if we do it. It's timing, too. Right now, NFTs are so hot.
I also see a lot of potential for fashion, for example. We are. I'm on the board of a museum which is only existent in virtual reality. At the beginning, I thought it was just crazy to do this, but now we are going to open up a space on Decentraland, so it's going to be a museum opening.
Wow.
And we will have like even a fashion show, you know. And it's quite crazy. And
Oh
I
my
was
God, this is so cool. Let me know when this is up.
I will let you know. It's going to be, I think, this end of this month.
Did you buy the land already? Did you guys buy it with Mana? The land?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. What kind of plot did you get?
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't so much involved in the whole architecture of this space, but I've seen a few images. It's really nice. It's like a 3-story museum. It looks something like a Zaha Hadid or something.
That's amazing.
It's also interesting, for example, for architects. You know, so if somebody's like very a creative architect or designer, there's so many opportunities nowadays to create something in a virtual space. So
it's amazing, and the metaverse is expanding rapidly. There's a bunch of different ones now that people are building and buying plots of land, and there's also a lot of companies that are investing in land in the metaverse because if you think about it, it actually in some ways is from an advertising standpoint, you can probably like one day you could do like you said, like a fashion show. The next day you could do like a town hall for like politics. The next day you could do like a concert.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you actually it's more flexible from a just a viewership, or like just like if that's your goal, you're prioritizing getting eyes on your brand, or you want to evangelize something. Like you actually have more options as far as like what you can do in a shorter period of time at an easier scope than you would if you say owned an event space, right? And there'd be a lot more planning with like an in real life event space. Whereas, you know, once they start getting enough users and enough people that are in these, you know, metaverses like Decentraland, and I think the other one's Crypto Pixels and Sandbox. I think that's the other one, right?
yes.
Yeah. So like
Insomnium.
yeah, exactly. And the land is actually going for like prices comparable to like real estate in like third world countries.
So
and it blows
silly.
my mind. It's not silly though, right? Because it's all about value, right?
Well, I mean, we're
So,
all
like
100%. Yeah, I mean, it's just silly that you know, in the way that it's like it's amazing that's happening. I mean, we're all honestly, you'd think that the virtual reality aspect of it would be, you know, I'm sure they're all jumping on it, really,
Yeah.
you know, going all in on it, because pretty soon, you know, you just link up your headset, be in Decentraland using crypto.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing too, right? Is like, so you buy the plot of land, right, which is an NFT. So then that proves ownership to what. But then you have the flexibility to do what you want on the land. You can build on top of it. You can sell it on the secondary market. You can resell your land just like you would sell a property in the form of an NFT, right? So it's
Absolutely.
like it's crazy. It's so
and the
cool.
thing is, you know, the thing is, like, the younger generations, like that's just normal to them now. Like, it's crazy to, you know, people a little older to think that it's going in this direction. But, you know, my 8-year-old son, he doesn't care about money. He wants Robux. You know, he doesn't want anything else. He wants to be in the video games. That's it. You know, so it makes full sense.
Yeah, whereas like for me, you know, I'm older and I'm like, okay, what are all those stuff, you know, going on like on the Decentraland and all those platforms? You know, I've been trying to use the Dapper Labs wallet, little kitty cat.
I think the Coin Bros are going to do their next album, NFTs. Do all
Cool.
a crypto album.
And then, yeah, no, that's more interesting for adults, I think.
So we have also news which we have collected in the NFT field.
Yes, Shirley,
As
thank
I
you.
just mentioned about the NBA.
I mean, like the NBA thing was it's absolutely crazy. I mean, like I don't know, guys, if you've been following up that, but like for me, I'm not a major sports fan, right? When you see that NBA Top Shops, they just released like 10,631 packs of basketball video hashed to the floor of the blockchain for a record of 1.05 million in revenues. This is crazy, right? I mean, like like people are. It's just so much money going on there. And the project latest pack drop, which at its peaks had over 200,000 hopeful collectors waiting in line for what are essentially serialized National Basketball Association highlights, pushes the total pack generated revenue to 7.38 million for the 8-month-old NBA Top Shop, according to CoinDesk. I mean, what do you guys think about that? Because this is just insane to me.
Yeah, well, the collectibles in like sports cards, at least here in the U.S., it's massive. Like it's really big and growing. I mean, it's been like that for years and years. But I mean, you're gonna see the NBA, you're gonna see baseball, you're gonna see everybody doing it now, and it makes sense. I think that really does make like a lot of sense for NFTs. It's just so simple, right? Like you just basically
Yeah.
it's like buying a pack of cards and it's randomized. You can get the good ones, the bad ones. People keep coming back for more. It's it's actually I think one of the best use cases for it right out the gate.
Yes, that's true. It makes me think about, when I was young, we had all this album where you had like the card and you had to put the card on the album of all those sports shots, right? So, but yeah.
And you also, I mean, when you start adding things in there that start going up in crazy value, now you get just everybody wanting to own them, right? Not just collectors. When you have cards that are worth 50,000, 100,000, a million, all of a sudden it becomes you're reaching out to the entire world wants it, not just collectors.
Yeah, it's like everyone is like, wanted to see what it is and get into it. So I think it's also good, for the blockchain and for mass adoption in general that, we have like things like that going on. I think it also attracts people and it's also good for education, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna bring so many people to blockchain. It's insane. NFTs are gonna bring the floodgates in.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it.
I mean, it really is.
Sometimes I have the feeling that this whole blockchain
that aren't familiar
is just made for NFTs.
Yeah, I mean, it is the bridge, man.
That's
the bridge. It's the bridge
one,
to bring in
only
people.
use case.
For instance, my my little brother, he's known that we've been in blockchain for 5 years and he's never ever really cared. And as soon as NFTs started getting popular, and he's an artist, right? And he's all about it now. He wanted to learn about NFTs, how does he get his artwork? He wants to learn about blockchain. So, that's just like proof right there that the entire world is interested in it now. Even my girlfriend's an artist and she's like, she wants to learn how to do NFTs to put her artwork up, And now musicians, once you get music involved, the entire generation follows music, right? That's what kind of drives generations. Once all the musicians start doing it, all the fans have to go there to get their music. It's going to take over.
Yeah, it really is the on-ramp that we've been waiting for, because what it does is it kind of introduces, because let's be honest, right? So blockchain and cryptocurrency and stuff like that, it's very money driven. And while NFTs are still money driven and there's always the value behind it, what it's doing now is it's introducing like passion, right? It's introducing art, culture, things that people love, regardless of money, right? So what it's doing is it's bringing in a whole new kind of sector of people that are really excited about it, and it's just the beginning. We're just scratching the surface. So I think I'm so bullish on NFTs. I think it's the way forward, honestly.
Yeah, it's a great, and just for the artists too, it's just such an amazing way for artists all of every type of genre to actually have another way of making a living, really,
Yeah, exactly. And it brings also some fun, and it brings something concrete to, what actually the technology can bring to the world. I find it like really fascinating, I can't wait to get my first one. I'm on it. Shirley, any take on that?
Sometimes you can claim a free NFT. You know, sometimes they are giving them away. So
I
you
need
have
to
to
dig
look
into
around.
that.
You know, yeah. The CryptoPunks were free as well at the beginning.
Wow.
For the primary market. And
Oh my
once they were
God.
claimed, they were also not very expensive at that time on the secondary market. But I was trying to get my first fashion NFT from the Crypto Fashion Week last week. Unfortunately, I was too late, but it's quite fascinating. If you buy such an NFT, you can wear it on a wear it and make a photograph, you know, with that
Wear it.
clothes. It's
What
kind
do you,
of
what
so
do you wear
strange.
it? Do you
I
wear
don't
it?
know. There's some kind of apps or programs where you can basically wear that clothes. You just take a photograph of yourself and then you put that clothes on, and so you have kind of like a photograph of yourself in cyberspace or something.
That sounds interesting. Ooh. Anyone else had any take on that thing?
I'm sorry?
Do you have any other take on that, Shirley, George?
No, I'm
Yeah.
just wondering, like, I think like recent news about the NFTs and the increased momentum for these tokens, I wonder if it comes only from the Bitcoin bump and other cryptocurrencies rallying, and from people spending more time indoors because of Corona restrictions, or if it's really here to stay and it's gonna like explode.
It's definitely here to stay. I think. I mean, I can see it. How many people are investing like huge sums, and big players are trying to buy these platforms, and I mean, everybody wants to get into the space. I think it's going to be a growing market. It's going to grow a lot. But
Yeah, it's like.
I
Go
also
ahead.
believe
Sorry.
that some of the artists that are really, very successful at the moment, they might disappear at some point.
Mm-hmm. I think that what, like, for instance, like what streaming and like digital like downloads did for like the music industry, I think that's what NFTs are going to do for artists, because it's pretty revolutionary. Um, and for the longest while, everything's been kind of like in place, like how things are supposed to be done. And now people have options, right? They have options with ways that they can do to put their art forward, or they can put these different stores of value and really push forward like a new generation of how creatives, artists, and stores of value are really like perceived in an increasingly digital world, right? So
Yeah.
like you said, the corona has caused a lot of people to stay indoors, but this is like such a needed and amazing thing to come around, because a lot of artists were dying, like they couldn't do live shows. An artist, nobody was going to an art gallery to go look at an artist's art, like, so everything had to be online. And now with this medium where people can, they can reach these people, they can present the stuff that they're really passionate about in the art and the stuff that they love creating, it really just kind of lends itself to helping out their livelihood. And it's only going to grow, and more people are going to learn about it. And it's going to, I mean, imagine the innovations with NFTs 5 years from now. Just in this past year, look at all the amazing things that have happened with it. And we're like, new things are happening every day, breaking records. Imagine 5 years from now, um, the creativity and the different models and the revenue streams that it's going to do for artists.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think like with the bull run too, like we might have a bull run where the prices on coins and everything go up, and then we have a big pullback and this and that. But the NFT market might keep going strong because it's not driven by that only, right? It's driven by like art and people creating and constantly putting things out. So we might see the financial side of crypto do the same thing it's always done every 4 years, and then we might see NFTs just start taking off even more.
That's a good point.
Because it's not just about the finances, right? So, and if it's a true on-ramp, you're starting to get kids from like trading cards and sports coming in, and then you have music and you have art and all this. Like, there would be no reason for it to fall off, and it would just exponentially keep getting bigger the more people that get into it.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna see also new standard, like for NFTs. Like I was reading this morning that there was this new project called Beat, and they have defined a new token standard called the ERC 1155, especially for music. I find it quite cool because basically, what they were saying is like, unlike other NFTs where the metadata are hosted on a central web server, the metadata for music and image is contained within the token implementation itself. I think, like, as a lawyer, for me, it's pretty important because if the website were, to take to shut down forever, you will still be able to run the art and beat generator script and store on the Ethereum blockchain in perpetuity, right? And Mark Cuban, the famous millionaire, was saying that it's the most genius ideas ever. So I think we're going to see like so many new stuff going on, and it's going to be pretty cool, right?
I actually bought 2 Euler Beats. That's the ones I got into with Benjamin.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, but
I posted it. I posted it as my pick like about a week ago when it first was popping off, and we bought about like $30,000 worth of Euler Beats at around like 2-3 ETH a piece, and they went all the way up to like 12 ETH. And that's just on the financial side, but like Mark Cuban was talking about it, Gary Vee was talking about it. And the thing about it is it's generative, right? So like they have the original prints of the Euler Beats, which are these like mathematical equations that make these sounds, like these little bits of music, right?
Yeah.
But what I think the thing that was so amazing about Euler Beats was it basically showed a way that musicians can have a generative, basically trustless residual income stream. So basically they would have the OG prints, right? Which are, there's only one of each and there's 27 of them, right? But then there's 120 prints of the originals. Now, the originals get a percentage every time someone burns people. And here's another thing: there's a reserve for all the money that's spent for the prints. It goes into a reserve. So when somebody buys a print, they don't have to sell the NFT on a secondary market. There's a reserve where they could literally just burn the NFT, and then the amount of prints goes back to what it was previously. So it eliminated the feeling of, oh, I bought this NFT, but if I want to sell it, then I have to get someone to actually buy it off of me, right? So now people can, there's a reserve that's all in the smart contract where people can literally just, if they're like, okay, well, I want to get rid of this, I want to maybe buy a different NFT, they can literally just burn it like that. And then every time they burn it or somebody buys a print, the original owner of the LP, they call them LPs, the original owner of the 27, whichever number that they burn or mint, they get a percentage of that. So it's generative. It's like it's like kind of like a whole ecosystem. And now imagine if like you had like a top artist do that, think about the revenue stream there. It's crazy.
I mean, like this project I think is really, really cool. And I really like it also in the fact that he really empower artists, like it's like, I feel like, the whole philosophy of crypto and blockchain is really there where we empower individuals, to get to work for themselves without like having too many intermediaries in between, and it really help people growing their own business, especially in this field. I find it really cool. When I saw that, I think it was a couple of days ago, I was like, oh my God, this project is so cool. I love it.
Does anyone in the audience has anything to add about NFTs or any questions to our experts? Then,
well, there is a news that we have missed, from which we haven't talked about, Charlie. So I think it came up this morning. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, so about the Bitcoin artist Crypto Graffiti. I don't know if you, Kalani and Tawi, heard about it. It's in US. So Bitcoin artist Crypto Graffiti concludes 12-city billboard exhibit with $10,000 worth of Bitcoin treasure hunt. So he will drop a hint every day with the billboards until someone solves the private key puzzle to take the 0.21 Bitcoin price. And partly visual, partly performance art. The latest exhibition takes place in each of the 12 Federal Reserve branch cities like Atlanta, Boston, Chicago, Cleveland, Dallas, Kansas City, Minneapolis, New York, Philadelphia, Richmond, San Francisco, and St. Louis. And each billboard is having a variation of cryptography's united nodes of Bitcoin piece, and it bears its own unique statement. Has anyone heard about
I
it?
haven't heard of that, but that seems like they should be giving away more than 10,000 in Bitcoin for the amount of money they're spending on that. They should do a whole
Yes, just
Bitcoin
one
at least.
artist.
Yeah, but it's very cool again because it
Yeah,
raises
it's cool, yeah.
awareness and curiosity for like normal people that have no clue
They're
what
gonna-
is blockchain
Yeah.
and crypto, right?
Yeah, are they doing it all over the, like, they're gonna do big billboards all over the country?
Yeah,
In the 12 cities, which
Oh,
I just
wow.
mentioned. Yeah.
So I think like people
Yeah, I
are
haven't
gonna
heard about
see
that.
that. Normal people that have no clue, why is blockchain and crypto, they're gonna see that, it's gonna say, oh, interesting what it is, right? And like I think it's really cool what they're doing there.
And I just checked out his website, and he has such cool art. Like, it's all crypto related and super modern.
Very cool.
I wonder how I could get myself one.
Let me know, Charlie, if you find out.
And I mean, that right there, that's just the perfect case in point of what we were talking about previously, is that's innovation, right? Like, you've got these really creative minds figuring out ways to, like, basically evangelize like cryptocurrency through NFTs, and like you have so many creative minds coming back into the space doing all these different things. It's just, it's limitless. I think that's the beauty of the way that the direction that it's going is, it's limitless. The possibilities are just, they're every day there's different ways people are doing things, and it's such an exciting time.
Yeah, I think we're like in an amazing period of time where we can see things changing and transforming, and we are just part in something which is really big. I find it really cool.
Yeah. Georg, do you have any thoughts about the last news?
Yes, I was just trying to get the micro on.
Maybe you can get me the cryptography pieces. So anyone wants any art piece or any advice, then Georg is the guy. Georg Buck. Look up on LinkedIn.
Thank you.
I need some advice how to get one of those crypto punks.
Yeah.
I need an original.
Okay, Georg's microphone, I guess, is tired.
I don't know. I mean, I remember the time where you could buy them for like $20, you could buy a whole bulks of them,
Yeah.
So it would have been a good investment at that time, but I don't know. Now they are quite expensive, so we'll see. I mean, maybe it's going still up. Maybe it's gonna stay like that. But I think this pizza token will be quite interesting. That is something that I'm following now, and it's going to be launched quite soon. And well, there are a few artists which you can buy for very little money. They are not so expensive. Like there's this guy who is creating the Deep Dream algorithm.
Georg, we lost you again. We cannot hear you, Georg.
I think Georg is trying to disappear right now. He's like, my God, it's been almost 1 hour.
Wants to buy for little money, and you never know. It can become very expensive at some time. The thing is that also he's not. I don't think he can create many artworks because he's very much controlled through Google.
Which artist did you speak about right now? Because it was cut off.
It's Alex Mordvintsev. He's if you Google Deep Dream algorithm, you will find his name. and he made an edition of 100. It's something that I bought, for example.
Do you mean Deep Dream, which is an experiment that visualizes the patterns learned by a neural network?
Yes, these are these kind of surrealistic. They look like something like LSD pictures or something.
Oh yeah, I see that right now.
And
me too. There is one of Van Gogh. Looks very cool. I love it.
there was I think it was invented around, I would say, 2015, and there was a huge movement. Everybody was making their pictures with Deep Dream, and most people didn't know that there was an artist who created this algorithm, and probably he wasn't aware that he's an artist. But I think those programmers are very interesting. The ones who invent a new algorithm to create art, and they make their first art piece. That's what I would say is historical, and that's worth collecting. Because at the moment we are experiencing a huge hype around artworks they look nice, but they're not really historically important. And on the other hand, you would find a few things which are really valuable.
Nice. Thank you for your insights, Georg, and your investment tips.
No guarantees.
I wish I would have heard you 2 years ago and 3 years ago on CryptoBunks.
So George, where do we buy this artwork of Alexander? Because I'm trying to Google it. No, I'm like,
I will send you a WhatsApp message.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, I have to step out to a meeting here in a second, but it's been a pleasure talking to everyone, and
Yes.
can't wait for the next one.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for having me up
Next
here
week.
and talking
See
NFTs.
you.
This has been a lot of fun. Nice to
Thank
meet you
you.
guys. Nice to meet you, Jared. Take care.
And if you guys need any price predictions, let me know.
Okay, I will keep that in mind.
So what do you think it's going to cost in 5 years?
What is what going to cost?
Well, my NFT tip.
Oh, yours. I'm going with probably about 500,000. I got to get a couple. I got to get a couple of those myself.
All right. Do we have anyone in the audience that wants to weigh in on NFTs? Roman? Pavel? Nope. So, do you have any end notes, Georg and Delphine?
Not on my hand, but
I will
probably
have to
on-
finish up. I'm going to have another call in a few minutes.
Perfect.
Um,
Then we're finishing up. Thank you
if
so
there
much
is
for
any
joining.
question, I can still. Yeah, thank you.
Everybody can reach you out on LinkedIn.
Hopefully,
right?
yes, that's the easiest way, exactly.
And
I'm always posting news about NFTs and art. So
Yes, follow Georg. Georg Buck.
anybody who is interested, they can certainly follow my page. All right. Well,
and please
it's a
send us
pleasure
the
meeting
link.
or seeing you again and speaking to you. And let's follow up
All right.
another
Yeah, thank
time,
you so
maybe
much.
in physical space.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we'd have the pizza party, George, right?
Yes, pizza
I'm
party.
looking
of course.
forward to that.
I will let you know once we have that arranged.
Let us know.
Awesome.
All right. So
All right.
thank you.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.